What's up guys? Welcome back to the Science Factory. My name is Mr. Brian and today we're going to be talking about one of my favorite games, Ghost. Now, one of the things I really love about Ghost is it's really calm, but it's also very engaging. So it can really get all of the players fully immersed into the game. I did Taekwondo for about 20 years, and I love games where you get to be sneaky and try to use your ninja skills. This is definitely one of the best games for that. This is one of our camp's all-time favorite games, so I hope you guys really like it too. To play Ghost, the first step is to pick who your ghost will be.
Come on, pick me.
We found that it's ideal if you have one ghost for every 5 to 10 players. If you're playing with a group of younger players, you're gonna want more ghosts. And if you're playing with a group of older players, you'll want less ghosts. After you pick your ghost, you're going to ask the ghost to go stand in the corner and face the wall. While they're doing this, everybody else is going to spread out through the room, pick a spot, and cover their eyes and close them tightly so that they can't see. No peeking. Now, it's also really important to note that when you spread out, you can't have your back to a wall. So you can't go and stand next to a wall like this with your back to it. You have to leave room behind you. The same goes for other players. You need a clear space all the way around you of at least 3 feet. Once the game starts, the ghost is going to try to sneak up on people and get right behind them. Once the ghost is behind someone, they're going to count silently with their fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If they get to 5, they can tap that person on the shoulder and they're out of the game. But if that person feels something on the back of their neck, they can tell somebody is there, and they say, "Is there a ghost behind me?" They're allowed to look, and if they're correct, the ghost is out of the game.
Is there a ghost behind me?
But be careful, you only get one chance. If you ask if there's a ghost behind you and there isn't, you're out. To win the game, you want to get everybody on the other team out. So, if you're one of the humans, you want to get all the ghosts out of the game. If you're the ghost, you want to get all the humans out of the game. It's helpful to set a time limit if the games are taking too long, but this isn't always necessary. Now, there's a couple of things to keep in mind when you're playing this game. First of all, when you're out, you don't want to say, "Ah, man," or go, "Ah," or walk noisily, because if you do that, you're going to make it harder for the other humans to hear the ghost. And if you do that, you could cause your team to lose by getting other humans out. So make sure that once you're out, we stay quiet and we don't ruin the game for everybody else. Also, there's a couple of different ways to handle being out. The first one works best if everyone's able to be really quiet when they're walking. In this case, you can just have people go sit out on the side of the room once they're out so that they can take a break and be out of the game. But if your footsteps are a little too noisy and this is causing people to get out by mistake because they think it's a ghost, then what you can do instead is simply sit down in place once you're out and just stay there until the end of the game. Sometimes it's also the case that there can be gray areas. For example, if a ghost is standing behind somebody but they're not counting, you can still get them out as long as they're close enough to touch you on the shoulder without leaning. In this way, there's a consistent way to measure whether or not somebody should be out when they're the ghost. If you're not the ghost and you're out, you need to make sure that you don't walk right behind somebody because you could trick them into thinking it's a ghost. What I usually tell students when we're playing this game using the walking out method is that if you're out and you need to walk out of the room, just walk normally, because a ghost is trying to be sneaky, but people who are out are not trying to be sneaky. Of course, that doesn't mean you want to be noisy. You just don't want to try to sound like a ghost. Alright guys, well, thank you for joining us for this game. If you liked Ghost, you can check out our games playlist up here, or you can check out our other videos somewhere over here. That's it for today. I'll see you guys next time. What do ghosts like to have for dinner? Spooketti. I went and saw this comedian the other week, and it was kind of weird because he was a ghost, but man, that guy was dead funny. What do panda ghosts eat? Bamboo. What soccer position are ghosts best at playing? Goalkeeper. What would you find if you looked up a ghost's nose? Boogers.